Hey, good morning, citizens. It's Dr. Bob Flower with your Master Pattern Report for Tuesday, August 21st. Okay, so let's talk about some financials, some money. Um, uh, it looks like silver is making a little bit of a run here. It comes a day within the day of our call last week. And the market is grudgingly moving a little higher. We're not seeing that run up that a lot of people had expected, but definitely in the up mode that we had felt. And we think that we've got a little bit left here before we see a reversal. Now, we might see a spike here. We might see some sort of euphoria, but I'm still betting on events, um, national and international events, to take hold here and just rip the chair right from out from under us. Okay, so be on guard. We are our spread with oil has we're out. We think that we will definitely see lower oil again. We talked about somewhere down around $70 in the 60s. And we think we're still going to see that before the end of this year. However, it would appear that there's something going on behind the scenes in the Middle East that we're not aware of that is moving the oil. And I think it's in anticipation of an Israeli move. Um, the um, the economy is stinko. I will tell you again that uh, real estate is good right now. If you're looking to buy a home that you want to live in, or make a investment in some sort of income property, two, three, four family, or I mean, if you're inclined to do a 50 family or what have you. But the smaller ones I like because the market is still depressed and the rates are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I don't think you're ever going to see these rates again, after this cycle is complete. And we are buying, we just bought a building, a mixed use building, and we're looking at some other. I know my son uh, bought two small properties, two 3 unit properties, and good results. He's making money on both of these, and we're suggesting that others get into buying a condo or a co-op here. Look, check out the maintenance or the common charges, and check out the rental. Factor in your mortgage, and if it's a break even or a little bit better, go for it. Go for it. Especially if you're doing a longer term mortgage and you're locked in, because that's the key factor here. Okay. Um, as far as I'm concerned, a QE3 will happen. Um, be, before October, if it's going to happen, um, because anything past that I think will backfire. But if that comes, and remember you heard it here, your gold and silver are gold and silver. I mean, they are going to just fly, uh, and that's a given. So if you're inclined, you don't mind paying a little bit more for your silver than what you may in another couple of weeks. Fine, buy it, and even gold. Gold is down a little bit, somewhat too. So I think you're going to see a nice fly in both of these metals before the end of the year, and the patterns are showing something with that. So let's keep our eyes out on the silver. There seems to be some good sized move yesterday or today, 2% or something like that. Um, Now, the so next week we like The around the 28th, we see another major move, large move, not major move, large move coming in both the S&P. We are holding aside our position on oil. We're still in Green Mountain, and in fact, we did another spread, a put spread on Green Mountain from here. We're out of our LinkedIn. We bought in last week. A real nice spread and did very nicely with that, and we're out already. Made a nice profit there. So we're looking, and we're looking at the possibility of maybe another move with Amazon, but I'm not making a call yet. I will get back to you on that. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the country. The we have been in a deflationary mode, and this is the reason why people are not doing very well economically, because the money just isn't there. Yeah, the government is of course printing it and throwing it away, and but it's throwing it in the wrong directions, and they're using the printing press to bail the institutions, the banks in particular, out of this deep hole that they have dug for themselves. And I don't know if they ever will be able to do that. Hence the reason why we're looking at so many fiscal problems in this country. The major issue that seems to be floating around with a lot of scholars in the area of economics is how do we create a society or economy model that enables capitalism and at the same time protects the the feeble. I don't want to call it poor because I don't buy that, but those who really can't. The rest and part of that model should be how do we educate and tutor and monitor the rest, and that's something, that's a think tank that we're putting together and we're constantly working on. I'd love to hear your reports on that, what you think. I really, while I am very negative about what's going on with the economy, I'm very positive about America and about the United States. And here's the issue. Here's the major issue. You know, if you start off with a country that's based in, as the United States is, democracy, freedom, republic, capitalism, and then after it becomes immensely successful and powerful, try to change that model to something else. Of course, you're abandoning the fundamental principles of the model, and you're only asking for failure. How could it be anything else? First off, because there is nothing else that works. Socialism will only work for a very short period of time, if at all. And depending on the case, it's lasted in Europe for a pretty good period of time. But now it gets to the point where, look what those poor bastards are going through over there. Can you imagine those families? I mean, people are losing their businesses, losing their homes. I mean, they have no livelihood. They have no pensions. I mean, it's a goddamn disaster, and it's headed this way. And it's like we're on the beach sunning ourselves, and here comes the tidal wave. We're just not paying attention to it. So the big fight in this coming election, as it's coming down to, are we a nation of free people who want control of their own destiny, or are we a nation of government big government holdouts, hold-ons, looking for Big Brother to take care of us. And that's what it's going to come down to. Now, of course, there's a lot more of one than the other, but it comes to education, comes to knowledge. Right? What are you going to gain, and how long is it going to last if we do go the route of big government? Because as you're seeing in France and Greece, businesses and professional people are running out. I think I told you before that Greece in the past 16 months or so has lost 18,000 businesses. And France is rapidly approaching even greater numbers than that. Young people, young professional people are leaving, even though these taxes are not yet impacting them. They're afraid. They don't have confidence in the government and in the society and in the economy, and that's what's starting to happen here. And I think it's scary to a lot of people. I haven't seen this 2016 movie yet, but God, everything I'm hearing about it, is really scared the living hell out of you. What the president is really all about and who he is. So, awareness is the number one intelligence, more than IQ, folks. Awareness, and then strength of belief, strength of conviction, is another. So, with that, we'll have at least two more calls for you. We've done very well with our portfolio. The only hit that we've taken was with oil, and Green Mountain. Green Mountain is we're still in there. We're in there for a longer term. We're in there until at least the end of the year with Green Mountain. So, I feel confident. Everything else we're doing very well with. Stay tuned, and send us get on our blog and our website, and let's hear what you have to say about where you think where you think we're going with this economy and with the country. Very, very important election. Thanks, and have a great week.